There's a kind of love that doesn't just excite you, it settles you. It's not the fireworks that fade after a night, but the steady glow that warms you through the years. When love feels like home, it's not because everything is perfect. It's because, even when life gets messy, you feel safe in that space. You feel understood even when you can't find the right words. It's the way they listen, not just to your sentences, but to the silences in between. It's how they notice your moods without you having to announce them. It's how their presence lowers the volume of your fears. When love feels like home, you stop performing. You don't need to be the best version of yourself all the time. You just need to be yourself, messy hair, strange quirks, and all. It's a love that doesn't make you anxious about tomorrow. Instead, it makes you grateful for today. It makes you believe that even if storms come, you have someone to face them with. But here's the thing, love that feels like home isn't found by luck alone. It's built. It's built through trust, through consistency, through choosing each other even on the days it's not easy. And when you find it, you don't take it for granted. You water it, you protect it, because in a world full of temporary connections, love that feels like home is rare and worth holding on to with both hands. True love creates safety, not just excitement. It's more than the rush you feel in the early days. It's the quiet reassurance that, no matter what happens, you are not alone. It's knowing that even in your most vulnerable moments, you won't be judged. Love that feels safe gives you the freedom to speak your truth without fear. You can share your dreams, your doubts, your insecurities, and your scars. And instead of pulling away, they lean closer. It's the kind of love where you can breathe deeply because you don't have to wear a mask. You can be messy, imperfect, and still be cherished, because this love doesn't just want your highlight reel. It embraces the unedited version of you. Excitement is fun, but it's temporary. Safety is what stays when the spark settles into a steady flame. It's in the way they check in on you, even when you haven't said you need it. It's in the way they remember the little details you thought they'd forget. It's in the quiet moments when nothing grand is happening, but you feel completely content. This kind of love makes you feel like you belong, like you've finally found someone who sees all of you and still chooses to stay. It's a shelter in the storm, a steady hand when the world feels uncertain. It's not about perfect words or flawless actions. It's about showing up over and over, even when it's inconvenient. It's about listening, not to respond, but to truly understand. When you have this love, you stop living in fear of loss. You start living in gratitude for what you have. You stop asking, will they leave? And start thinking, how lucky I am they're here. Because real love isn't proven in the big gestures alone. It's proven in the quiet loyalty of everyday life. It's built in the mornings when they hand you coffee the way you like it, in the evenings when they sit beside you, not because they have to, but because they want to. It's there when they encourage your growth, even when it means they have to adjust. It's in the trust that's earned slowly and the respect that's never broken. True love creates a foundation where both hearts can rest. It doesn't just give you butterflies, it gives you roots. It's the comfort of knowing that even in your darkest days, there's light waiting for you at home. It's about feeling understood without having to explain everything. It's the look in their eyes that says, I get you, even when you haven't said a single word. It's the comfort of knowing you don't have to justify your feelings. You don't need to give a long speech or find the perfect sentences. They just know. They notice the subtle changes in your tone. They can read the story behind your smile. They understand when you're quiet. It doesn't always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it just means you need space. And they give you that space without making you feel guilty. It's the rare connection where you can sit in silence for hours and still feel close, where a single glance across the room can say more than an entire conversation. It's knowing that when you struggle to put emotions into words, they'll still catch the meaning between the pauses. It's when you feel safe enough to be raw, messy, and unfiltered, because you know they won't twist your words or doubt your intentions. They listen with more than their ears. They listen with patience, with empathy, with the kind of attention that makes you feel seen. They can sense when you're holding back, not to pry, but to let you open up in your own time. It's the way they notice things about you that others miss, how your voice softens when you talk about something you love, how you tap your fingers when you're anxious, how you avoid eye contact when you're deep in thought. It's the gentle understanding that sometimes you need encouragement, and other times you just need someone to sit beside you quietly. It's the relief of not having to constantly explain why you are the way you are, of not having to relive old wounds just to prove they exist. They trust your truth without demanding a full report, and in return, you trust them with parts of yourself you've hidden from the world. It's the kind of connection that feels rare in a world full of noise. The kind that isn't based on endless talking, but on deep knowing. It's the peace that comes from feeling accepted as you are, without conditions. It's the gift of having someone who meets you where you are, instead of trying to change you. And it's in those moments, the unspoken ones, that you realize this is what real understanding feels like. Small gestures and attentiveness matter more than grand displays. It's not always about the dramatic surprises or the expensive gifts. It's about the quiet, consistent acts that say, "I'm thinking of you." It's the text in the middle of the day just to ask if you've eaten. It's remembering how you take your coffee without needing to be told twice. It's noticing when you're a little quieter than usual and gently asking if you're okay. It's saving the last bite of dessert because they know you love it. It's tucking the blanket around you when you've fallen asleep on the couch. It's the way they pay attention to your favorite song and play it when you've had a hard day. These are the moments that carry more weight than any grand gesture ever could, because they show that they see you. They notice the little details most people overlook. They're paying attention not just to your words, but to your patterns, not just to your needs, but to your unspoken wants. Grand displays can be beautiful, but they often fade quickly. Small gestures repeated over time become the heartbeat of a relationship. They create a sense of safety, of being cared for on an ordinary Tuesday just as much as on a special occasion. It's the way they anticipate what might make your day easier before you even ask. It's when they hold your hand in a crowd without making a show of it. It's sending a picture of something they saw that reminded them of you. It's leaving a note in your bag for you to find later. These little things tell you they're not just present physically, but emotionally invested. They make you feel valued in the everyday moments, not just the milestones. It's knowing they listen when you talk because they remember the things you said weeks ago. It's the thoughtfulness of buying your favorite snack without being asked. It's making sure your phone is charged before you leave the house. It's asking about that meeting you were nervous about or that project you were working on. Attentiveness shows they care about your world, even the parts that don't involve them directly. It's love woven into the fabric of daily life, a quiet kind of devotion that speaks through actions more than words. And over time, it's these small, intentional moments that become the love story you remember most. Home, like love, allows you to be your authentic self. It's the kind of love where you don't have to put on a performance. You don't have to filter your words or calculate every move to be accepted. You can laugh until your stomach hurts without worrying how you look. You can sit in silence without feeling the pressure to fill it. You can share your fears, your flaws, and your dreams without fear of rejection. It's waking up with messy hair and sleepy eyes and still being seen as beautiful. It's feeling safe enough to say, "I'm not okay today," without worrying it will push them away. It's being able to share the parts of yourself that the world doesn't see, the awkward quirks, the bad habits, the soft spots you protect from everyone else. Home, like love, welcomes them all. It's the comfort of knowing you won't be judged for your past. It's the security of knowing that even when you're at your lowest, you are still loved the same. You don't have to constantly prove your worth. You don't have to hide your imperfections like they're something to be ashamed of. You can let your guard down and rest, because you know they aren't going anywhere when the version of you they see is unpolished. It's the freedom to express joy without restraint and sadness without shame. It's knowing that your silence will be respected and your laughter will be celebrated. It's the kind of love that makes you feel lighter because you're not carrying the weight of pretense. It's the space where you're reminded that you are enough just as you are. They don't expect you to be perfect, they expect you to be real. And that expectation isn't a burden, it's a relief, because in this kind of love, you're not playing a role. You're not trying to win approval, you're simply living as yourself, and that is more than enough. It's being able to share your weirdest thoughts without fear they'll misunderstand you. It's letting them see the sides of you that are vulnerable, unpolished, and raw. It's feeling seen without being exposed, accepted without being edited. This love doesn't just make you feel wanted, it makes you feel at home in your own skin. And when you find it, you realize how rare it is to be truly yourself. And still be loved deeply. It quiets your fears instead of fueling them. It's the kind of love that makes you breathe easier, where the weight you've carried for years suddenly feels lighter. It doesn't make you question your worth. It doesn't leave you wondering where you stand. It doesn't play with your insecurities or make you feel like you have to compete for affection. Instead, it creates a space where your mind can rest. It replaces the endless what-ifs with the steady comfort of I'm here. It's the reassurance that you're not going to be abandoned the moment things get difficult. It's the feeling of having someone who stands beside you when the world feels overwhelming. Your heart no longer has to race in fear every time there's a pause in the conversation. Your mind doesn't spiral when they take a little longer to reply, because you know their love is constant, not conditional. It's when someone's presence becomes a safe harbor for your soul, a place where the storms in your head begin to calm. They don't dismiss your fears or tell you to just get over it. They listen, they hold space for you, they remind you, not just with words but with actions, that you are safe. This love makes you feel anchored, even when life tries to pull you away. It quiets the voice that tells you you're not enough. It silences the fear that people will only stay until it's inconvenient. Instead, it builds trust brick by brick. It teaches you that stability is possible, that love doesn't have to be chaotic to be real. It lets you release the defenses you've built to protect yourself, because you no longer need to be on guard all the time. It's the calm you feel when they hold your hand, and you know you don't have to face things alone. It's the peace in hearing them say, "We'll figure it out together." It's the relief in knowing they won't weaponize your vulnerabilities. Instead, they protect them. They don't just promise to be there, they prove it over and over again. Their love is steady enough to soothe the noise in your mind, gentle enough to make you feel safe, strong enough to make you believe again. And in that safety, your fears lose their power, because when love is real, it doesn't add to your battles. It helps you win them, and when you finally experience that kind of love, you realize something important. Love isn't meant to keep you on edge. It isn't meant to make you doubt yourself or question your place. It's meant to be the steady ground you stand on when the rest of the world feels shaky. It's meant to be the hand you can reach for in the dark and know it will always be there. Because the right love doesn't just stay through the storms, it becomes the calm that gets you through them.